What's going on, guys? Today we got a video of picking up a car. You guys will see in the future of what I'm talking about, but we're gonna go to Copart today to pick up a car that might need some work before it needs to get sold. But yeah, we're gonna try to flip a car potentially, me and my buddy Spencer. You'll see that in the future. But I was just driving home this morning and I noticed that my car was not acting the same. Typically it was stuttering a little bit, and I was like, the idle was a little higher, so I'm like, okay, there's probably a vacuum leak. Looked everywhere, didn't see a single vacuum leak. Went to go check my oil catch can just to see like what the oil is in there. It's not too bad. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. It's like right there at that bottom tier, and it's been on there for a little over 3,000 miles. But right here is for sure a vacuum leak. This was just chilling out here like that. This one's all crunchy, so I'm gonna replace these two O-rings right here, and then we should be good to go for the future. Copart time, baby. I know, that guy's hauling too. This is kind of sketchy. What car did we get from the Copart? We just sat in line for a while to figure out that we cannot drive the car off the lot because the car is not technically registered to anyone, and they couldn't transfer the title to us because they're sending the title over mail or something. We don't have a one-day registration from the DMV, so we can't actually drive it. The idea was to drive it because it's a running and driving car. It looks straight in the photos. Now, obviously that could be sketch once you get here and realize it's not good. But what we're gonna have to do now is get a tow truck to take it all the way to either my house or Spencer's house, the guy you guys saw earlier in the video. And then we'll go from there. But I guess it technically can't drive it until we have the title, but the title is sent to us. But I've never been to a Copart before. There are some cars that look pretty straight. There's just little things wrong with it. So like this Camaro way over here that you guys might not be able to see, but you might. It's just missing taillights. It looks like the bumper is off. And everything else looks decently straight with it from this angle. Quarter panels look good. But then there's stuff like this too that obviously that will never drive again, most likely. Like the subframes are destroyed, the subframe points where they bolt into the chassis probably destroyed. Like that thing probably will never get sold. But there's other cars like that I mean, look, it looks like just like the rear bumper clip's just off. Actually, the trunk looks really messed up too. But there could be some really good buys on Copart, but there also can be some really sketchy buys. Now we got a car that looks straight, and I just can't wait to see it. I'm really hoping it's good, but I'm really worried that it's not gonna look like it did in the pictures. But we'll find out here in a couple minutes, and then we'll figure out how the towing situation is right now. Spencer's calling some places to get it towed back, but it's like 83 miles. But that shouldn't be a super huge deal, but just adds to the expense that we were trying to do, because we're trying to flip this car eventually. And then later down on the road, we're gonna get cooler and cooler cars that we're gonna work on and then flip and then work out. And hey, I might even keep one of them eventually once we have enough money, and I can pay Spencer back his portion and a little bit more. I mean, if I like one of the cars that we're working on and fixing up, I might actually just keep it and keep it for the channel, and maybe sell the Speed 3 or the Miata for it, but you never know. That, my friends, is the U-Haul we rented over there with the trailer. We're still at Copart. It's been about 3 to 4 hours since the last trip, since the last clip. We're trying to figure out how to do all this. We finally figured out that they would not let us drive the car off the lot since we don't have the title registration in our name. We tried to get it in our name at AAA, but for some reason it just didn't work out to get like a single day title. But what we're doing now is we got the U-Haul and the trailer on the U-Haul. We have an hour and a half until basically they can load our car onto our U-Haul. Then we're gonna drive home from there. But we started the drive at like 9:45. What time is it? 2. And it's 2. And we'll probably get the car on the trailer at 3:30 and back to my house at 5. Might be traffic though, so probably 5:15. Fuck. But next time we'll know for sure what to do. So It's a learning experience. So there is our car. I will show you more when we get home in just a couple seconds for you guys, but 2 hours for us. Looked onto it really quick. There's some interesting damage. Didn't say it in the ad. Didn't say there was any undercarriage damage, but should be interesting. Now, this car you're gonna see in a couple seconds might not be super interesting to you at first, but I promise the cars will get better over time. The first thing I saw when we were putting on the trailer, because we just put it on the trailer, actually it was put on the trailer with a massive forklift. So we just put it on the trailer and ratchet strapped it in. And there's definitely some problems underneath the car. And again, I can't stress to you enough, like, this car might not be interesting to you. It might be interesting to you, but the people that it isn't interesting to, it's gonna get better over time. And plus, this will give me a ton of experience of like working on different parts of different cars. So although this car is very similar to what I have already, it is it's a stepping stone to bigger and better things. I want you to put in the comment section down below, what car would you want me to get off Copart? Like, what should I be looking for to modify, make a couple bucks on, or potentially even keep if I like it enough? What car should we do on this channel in the future? What do you think? What should we do? There she is, boys. There she is. Oh, brother. What a brother. 2011 Mazda 3. Let's go, baby. She's dustier than anything ever. Check out the dust. Oh, pretty freaking good here. So honestly, though, it looks pretty clean until you see what's wrong with it. Not bad, not bad. You do notice though, that wheel is not straight. This wheel is straight. So, right under here is the front subframe, and as you can tell, it's bent right in the middle where the rear motor mount is. And it looks like it's tough to see. It looks like it's bent kind of perfectly, to where it doesn't miss up the pickup points. And that better not be messed up. There is a slight oil leak. I don't think that's a big problem. A little bit to the right. All right, you're good. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
It's a seatbelt.
So it runs, yeah, it's a seatbelt. Yeah. Oh, you hear that?
Oh, like.
Oh shit.
Like. I want to get it straight and see the alignment.
Yeah, see how the alignment is. I know it's pretty messed up. Okay, so the alignment's pulling super far right.
Here's the wheel straight. Obviously, it's not.
So this is how it goes, somewhat straightish. You can feel it kind of fighting itself too. Yeah, I would hit reverse or something. The subframe's definitely bent. I'm worried that the pickup points where the subframe bolts onto is also bent, and then that would be a bigger problem. So the rear motor mount's also messed up. The steering rack has potential to being messed up too, so I'm not exactly sure yet. That noise is scary, but obviously we know things are broken, so it could just be that. Yeah. And it's a little shaky in here because the rear motor mount that holds the motor in place is like definitely snapped. It's only being held on by like a thread, so there are two other places where the motor gets held, but they're on the sides, not the back. From the front of the car going underneath, here's what we got. Problem, that's the main problem. This person, like, it looks like they ran over a curb and just destroyed that part. There's a bolt in here that is not being able to be seen, but it looks like it was taken out. Like it was this subframe tried to come out, but I'm worried the person just was unable to get it out. Now that I looked at this further, the part that I thought was bent, it looks like it bolts in from the top to the bottom of the subframe, and it looks like it's for the steering column. So that might actually be fine because the bolt seems to be okay. The rack doesn't seem to be bent at all on either side. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's the rack right there that's bolted onto the subframe right here. And there's a threaded hole that I thought could have been a bolt going in from this way, but it looks like it actually goes from the other way, so that's fine. Bolts back here where it bolts onto, and that is what could be a problem if it is bent on the frame of the car. But it doesn't appear to be bent. which is really good, and it better not be or we're screwed. All right, so this is the car. The interior is actually like probably the best part of the car, although it's like slightly dirty. Everything is there for the most part. We're missing one of these little switches right there. All black except for basically the roof liner is this really weird beige color that's in my car too, which I hate. All right, yeah, so the alignment's super off because the control arms on both sides look fine. All right, go slow, Spence. But the alignment's so off that it was hard to get it on the ramps. Yeah, keep going, you're good. So we have this Mazda 3. We're gonna try to figure out something. We got it for a really good price. So we're gonna try to figure out how to fix it and then sell it in the future. Overall, the interior is pretty solid. The exterior is pretty solid. Just a little bit of undercarriage damage. Hey, turn it off. Turn it off. It is leaking like it's power steering, I think. Power steering fluid, I believe, is leaking out everywhere.
When I cranked it forward,
yeah,
it got like stuck to that wheel.
Gotcha.
Maybe that.
The power steering rack is cracked. I saw it, the start of it, and then I said something. So we're gonna have to get into one of those.
Yeah, this
power steering's gone?
basically out. Yeah.
Nice. Yep, there goes all the power steering fluid. All right, turn it off. Because the pump is still good, and the pump for this car, even though I have a couple, it's funny because I have a couple pumps, but they're $600. Oh yeah, it's leaking like crazy. That's gonna be fun.